So don't ask people awkward questions that make them feel uncomfortable, like why are you single and when are you getting married? Those type of questions makes people feel very uncomfortable. Welcome to dacollins.tv, educational, motivational, and inspirational platform. Hi guys, welcome to dacollins.tv. Hope you are doing very well, and I hope this video meets you very well. Today I'll be treating a topic titled Don't Ask. And I also want to quickly appreciate everyone that have been with me on this platform. Please share the video to friends and family. Keep your comments coming. I appreciate every one of you that is still with me on this platform. If you're just joining us for the first time, I would like you to hit the subscribe button so you can be part of this family and enjoy exciting videos that pops up on this channel. Today I'll be talking about don't ask certain questions that makes people feel awkward, makes them feel unpleasant, and makes them feel unsatisfactory. This is some of the things we're going to be talking about today, that there are certain questions you should not ask. So one of the questions that we should not ask people is, why are you not working? So if you have observed over time that there's someone within your vicinity, your environment, that you usually go to work together, and you observe that this person is no longer going to work, you're no longer seeing him that early morning waking up to go out, instead of you walking up to him and just asking why you're no longer working, depend on the relationship between the two of you before such a conversation can be carried out. So instead of you just walk up to someone and say, why are you not working? Or why are you jobless? Or why are you not doing anything? There are better ways this conversation can come up. If instead of you to just go directly to ask this person this type of question, I don't even know what you stand to gain. I don't know if you're asking the question so you can judge them for not working or why they lost their job, or you're asking the question because you feel within you that you want them to work or you want to add value to their life. Now, even if you want to add value to their life, all you need to do is just tell him or her that, okay, I have a job opportunity for you, I don't know if you're interested. Then that way you get the person's answer, if yes or no. If he tells you no, that means he has something he's doing. And if he tells you yes, then you can go further and say, please, what did you read? What's your discipline? I mean, that is even another way to ask the question. You can even call the person and say, please, what is your discipline? What did you study? Because I have a job opportunity and I want to know if you fit into it. That way you could also find out if this person is working or not. Then if he tells you, oh, my discipline is this and that, you say, okay, are you willing to resume this job as soon as possible? Stir up a conversation that can make you understand why this person is not working and if this person is willing to take up a new job. It is a better way to ask the question than just asking the person on why you're not working and why you're not doing anything. Such question makes people feel awkward and makes them not to be comfortable with people that ask such questions around them. That's the kind of question we should not ask. If you're just joining us for the first time, I would like you to hit the subscribe button so you can be part of this family and enjoy exciting videos that pops up on this channel. The kind of question we should not ask is, don't ask somebody that why are you getting too fat, or why can't you lose weight, or you are too fat. What kind of response are you looking for from that person? Or you're adding too much weight. What kind of response are you looking for? So if you feel this person is adding too much weight, if you feel this person is fat, or you feel you want this person to lose weight, there are more easier ways to throw in that question and building those conversations than just pushing it to the person and say, why are you adding so much weight? You could start up a conversation and say, oh man, I know someone who looks like you many years ago, who was, had weight like you, but after a period of time, I saw him doing some workouts, and before you know, he started losing weight. Or you could just even start a conversation that, man, there's a plan, there's a gym plan I would like you to go, or I go to the gym regularly, why don't you join me? Let's keep fit together. When we are healthy, it will stand a better time of living long and staying away from a lot of health issues that may come our way. You could put in that question with a conversation. You could just come up with a solution rather than telling the person his problem. This person already knows he's adding weight, there's a challenge in his or her life. Why go and still bring the problem to their face? So instead of bringing those problems to their face, the best thing to do is to come up with a solution. Instead of you to go and ask why the problem, you already know that there's a problem, so all you need to do is come up with a solution and just tell them that I think if you take these pills, it will make you shed some weight. I think if you eat your meal in this way, it will make you shed some weight. I think if you do some press up or sit up in a day, maybe 10 or 15 daily, I think it will help you lose some weight. These are better ways to come into a conversation than asking somebody, why are you adding so much weight? Or don't you know you're too fat? Or don't you know you're too big? The only time you can use this type of words to someone is if you and this person are very, very much in a very close relationship. It's not just someone you're just walking on the road and you meet, feel very much uncomfortable with you when you ask them such a question. And the third thing you should not ask is, don't ask somebody that you know who used to be married and who used to put on ring. The person used to put on ring, and after some period of time, you no longer see ring on their hand, and they are no longer in their marital home. They are not living with their parents, or they are not living alone. Don't go straight and ask such a person that why you no longer married, or why you no longer in your husband's home. Such question would make the person feel uncomfortable. So the essence of this is that don't ask questions that make people feel uncomfortable. So instead of you to drive in those zones, you could come up with the question, and is your husband still in the country? Or because I know if he was around, you wouldn't be here. Throw up such question and get a response. Or look for better ways, or ask their friends or their family members, why is this person no longer in the marital home, and why is this person in this situation or that? You can ask other people around them rather than going direct to them to ask such questions that will make them feel uncomfortable. Another question you should not ask people is, if it's someone you're just meeting after a period of time and you come across them, maybe you're not seeing their father again, you're not seeing their mother again, or you're not seeing their spouse again, because you have left that environment for a long period of time, and when you came back, you observe that there are some changes. Instead of you to go to them and ask them, what of your father, or what of your mother, or what of your spouse, it's better you go around to ask people around them, what about this person and that person, you've not been seeing them. Because if their spouse or their father or mother is late, and you come to them and say, what of your father, they will feel very much uncomfortable on the right way to give you that answer. And even if they answer you correctly, you still go into thinking zone, because you just reminded them of a sad memory that's gradually going off them. You just brought it back again into their memory. So instead of you going back to stir up such situation, it is better you ask people around them about those situations. So there are certain questions you should not just... That question that people tend to ask is, why are you single, or when do you intend to get married? That question usually makes people of marriageable age to become very uncomfortable. When you ask them this kind of question, they just become, if it's a lady you ask, she just automatically just becomes sad. Because if indeed she's of marriageable age, I don't really think she's happy not being married. So instead of you to just go and ask a lady, why are you not married, or why are you still single, the best way to ask that question is, I have someone that would like to meet you. I have a friend that would like to meet you. I hope you don't mind if I introduce such person to you. Get their opinion. Find out if they are okay with meeting someone else. That alone would pass a message to you that they are already single for a reason. You don't need to go and start digging deep to know why they are single, as though you want to be the one to change their situation. Now, even if you want to change the situation, come in through a conversation. Build in some blocks. Find out why they are in that state, not by throwing a direct question to them. You can find out why they're in that state by building in certain conversations surrounding it, rather than just putting it to their face that why are you single, or when are you getting married. Instead of doing that, tell them, introduce them to people you know that are also single, who are also looking for partners, or ask them in an indirect way that will not make them feel awkward. I think these are the kind of things we should do, rather than asking some questions that make people feel uncomfortable. So don't ask people awkward questions that make them feel uncomfortable, like why are you single and when are you getting married. This type of question makes people feel very uncomfortable. Thank you very much. If you are just joining us for the first time, I want you to hit the subscribe button. All I do on this platform is to educate, is to inspire, and to encourage the growing generation. And I also want to quickly appreciate everyone that have been with me on this platform. Please share the video to friends and family. Keep your comments coming. I appreciate every one of you that is still with me on this. Another kind of question that we should not ask the people around us or those that we know is, when are you having kids, or why don't you have kids, or when do you plan having kids? Such questions make them feel uncomfortable, most importantly if those couples have been having miscarriages, or they have been making several attempts to conceive and have a child and it's not working. So when you put in those kind of questions to them, you make them feel uncomfortable, and they don't even want to come across you again. So even if you're a medical doctor, or you are someone who is very experienced on how to help couples to have children, the best way to go about it is to come up with conversations that will lead into those questions, that will make them come to a state that they are comfortable enough to now be the one to tell you we are facing these challenges and this is why we don't have a child yet. So rather than just putting it to their face or asking them, why don't you have children? What is happening? Now by now, you people ought to have had children by now. You have to have, what is happening? It's been so and so year you got married. There are questions you should not ask people, because by asking them those questions, you make them feel very much uncomfortable. Rather than ask those questions, you could just tell them that there's a seminar somewhere that talks about that treats issues relating to couples that are looking for children. You could also come up that my uncle, my auntie, they were in this state so and so time having issues, getting children, and this was the things that they did, as a then. You are just only making a statement, or you are just only talking about a scenario, and you're not putting it directly to their face. That way they can even be able to manage it and find a solution, or even come out open to you and tell you that they are also in that situation and they're looking for possible ways that they can come out of it. So there are better ways we can ask people questions than putting it directly to their face. That is why the Bible says that wisdom is profitable to direct. We should be wise enough to know that there are certain things we should not just ask. Don't ask somebody that why did you drop out from school, or why didn't you go to school? There could be many reasons why this person dropped out from school. There could be many reasons why this person could not go to school. Maybe because they could not afford it, or maybe because there are certain situations that made them not to go to school. And also don't forget, not everyone have the accessibility to go to school. So don't put it to people's face to make them feel awkward. Instead of you to put in those things, find out from their friends or family or those around them why they're in that situation, and also come up with a solution. If you feel this person did not go to school and there's a challenge in their life and you want to help them go back to school, tell them that there's a part-time program going on somewhere and you would like them to enroll. Find out if they have their O-level results and tell them that there are opportunities where they can write again and get a result and further their education. There are ways you can come up with this type of conversation than putting it directly to the face of the people and asking them this question and make them feel awkward. I'm going to put an end to this video right now. Thank you very much. If you are just joining us for the first time, I want you to hit the subscribe button. All I do on this platform is to educate, is to inspire, and to encourage the growing generation. Thank you very much. Till I come again your way, same time next week. Thank you very much.